Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alessandro Rocco Pietrocola, and in this channel we discuss lots of hot topic and interesting things as fintech, lifestyle, how to join the 1% team, be successful and level up in your life. Today with my friends Thomas, it's my pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Since we receive lots of interesting feedback, so thank you very much for your likes and subscribing to our YouTube channel. We decided to record this video and we try to discuss what is the best strategy to exit the altcoin season. So we try to see again different style, different background, so it's always interesting to compare how we analyze, because we can always learn from each other and can be very interesting. So stay tuned, we will talk about the altcoin season. If you're not yet subscribed to this my YouTube channel, please subscribe now, it's really worth it.
So let's get right to the topic of exiting of our long-term investment into crypto, because as we've discussed with Alessandro in the previous video, we treat crypto as something, and by the way, if you haven't watched it, please go back and watch it, because these videos are connected and intertwined. So just the way that we treat crypto is something that, as we discussed in the previous video, that this is the money that we're ready to lose. We've put the money into certain coins that we believe in, that have intrinsic value, and we're holding them until the best moment to exit. And the best moment to exit the altcoins especially is mostly the end of altcoin season. Definition of altcoin season is when for the period of about 90 days, the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin in terms of the growth. So basically when Bitcoin is reaching some potential new all-time high, it's consolidating and moving to the side or very slowly up. So its growth, the bull run is slowing down, and the theory is that the people are pulling their investments out of Bitcoin and flooding the altcoins, and that's why the altcoins are just exploding.
For at least 3-4 months.
For like 3-4 months, right? So the length, what do you think is the length of the altcoin season, by the way?
It's a $100 million question.
We can end the video at this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.
No, it's definitely a good question. I think it's some period between 3 and 6 months. So I expect this season to be over, or at least to have a very good opportunity to exit between June and September this year. But again, for each single token can be a different a different day. So it's not that we have 10 token and 15 June I call Thomas, say, okay, let's out. Yeah. So for every same as we invested in, so there is a kind of strategy out for each of them. So you're going to, at least me personally, going to evaluate if there is still a possibility to grow, or if going to be a correction right soon, considering the market capitalization, considering the project, considering the external world news and all the
overall condition of the market and the potential. They're just like with even active trading. Every time when you're opening an active trade on futures or on stocks, anywhere else, the short-term possibility, you're evaluating range. For example, the average true range, what can you expect the market to move in your favor or against
your favor, and how you can react.
Right, how you can, this is like, the game plan for any trade. And the same logic sometimes actually mostly applies to long-term investments. So you look at the investment, you've made 10x or 40x like on Cardano or Binance, for example, right now, and you look at it and you think, okay, so what's the logical possibility of it to continue to climb? I mean, is it overpriced? Is it undervalued? What kind of news came out, etc. But in general, I mean, as an active long-term investor, you can be reading these things every bloody day, which something, for example, me, I don't have time to do this. So for me, I would be looking at the general market situation, and I agree with you that altcoin season is probably going to end somewhere in between June, July, and September, somewhere in that area. And when it's going to end, it's going to be $100 million question. But in my personal opinion, I will probably be looking to exit out of my positions probably around the end of June, maybe even in the end of May. We'll just see how the volatility goes. But that's probably my take on it. So I'm not going to be waiting till that last potential day, because statistically you're decreasing your chances of getting out on the peak. So I'd rather just get out before the peak somewhere than somewhere lower after the peak, basically. So I know that it's hard to put your finger on it, and what we're explaining is, just rhetorical, but that's what long-term investments are. There is, unless you have some insider information on tokens.
Well, if you're friends with Elon Musk, then it's...
Yeah, friends with Elon Musk, and when he tweets some rubbish again, then you don't really need to do any other work.
Yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult to push the button to exit, but I always use this technique. So I'm happy with what I have done until now, and I don't care. I have, for example, a 10x or 15x or 5x. It was beyond my expectation. There was there was not a better product to have such a profit. So I kind of do not care. I don't want to risk more. I'm happy with my 5 or 10, so I exit the investment. Some people are exit only 10% or 20%. Rather than exit straight away. So again, it depends. Sometimes I sell all 100%, and if I think that the project is at its maximum development. Sometimes if I see some opportunity, I like to exit gradually. So try to exit not all on the same day, but to try to split over different date, so that I could have a better profit and a better exit. Again, there is no recipe for every for what is
it's all discretionary.
Yeah, it's all discretionary, and it also depends from each single token. There are some tokens that are already complete the mission, so they are not going to be
unless there is just some rubbish hype again.
Unless there is some, but of course it's not what we are looking at.
No, that's not, absolutely not.
And when I'm totally exit, I kind of sit again, and when the preparation for the new season starts, I just sit again and I just check. I may re-enter. It happened. I may re-enter in same token. I may pick a new one, what is much cheaper, and what it could be interesting to go maybe much more than like 40x or 50x in the next few years. So that's the way how
it's a very good way. And for me, for an exit strategy, I'm more of a guy who just pulls the plug. So for me, if Binance is, or in general, I'm seeing that the market starts to consolidate too much, and there is a risk that we might go into a massive correction, which it's inevitable with this whole situation right now, and even the stock market as well. And I'm gonna probably just pull the plug and sell everything at once. Well, depends. Of course, I'm gonna, see and evaluate the situation. Maybe I'll split them into pieces, but I'm more of a guy who usually pulls the plug. But when it comes to re-entry, and that's a great example of how I create portfolios, it also applies to stock market. For example, what we did a really nice portfolio in the Russian stock market recently in the first COVID wave, when we saw that the market went down by about 30 to 40%, we laid out a roadmap that we have, for example, an X amount of money to create the portfolio with, and put it into about 20 AAA Russian stocks, like the biggest ones like Gazprom's, Sberbank and stuff like that. So as the market went down about 30 to 40%, we took 20% of the portfolio and we bought the stock. So as it moved down another 10%, 5 to 10%, we would utilize another 20% of the portfolio. So as it moved, in this situation, the lower it goes, the better average price you get for the stock.
It's a very good approach.
So you're happy with either direction. It goes up, you make money. It goes lower, you just buy at a lower price. So you keep rebuying. And usually, when you split those stages by 5 to 10%, you'll get yourself a very nice average entry price. And in these kinds of situations, especially in the time of crisis, it's gonna bounce back, historically. So, and this is what I'm gonna be doing with this altcoin season as well. Once Once I leave and I see a massive correction of about 30, I'd say probably even 40%, I will start entering back into I'll research the coins again. I'll see maybe some of them I'll remove from my list. Some will come back in. We'll see what happens. It's always discretionary. There's no magic mushroom recipe when it comes to trading.
Absolutely, absolutely not. By the way, I agree with you. Russian stock are very
nice, and the dividends.
Very nice, and the dividends is fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I really love the Russian stock. I'm very underrated. Many people are skeptical and afraid to invest in Russia, but it's fantastic return.
I mean, we did on that down and
up, and the dividend and all.
And it was dividend season. It was summer, so I actually collected on some of the stocks. I actually collected dividends, and some stocks paid like 12% dividend.
What? It was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
It was 3 months.
We should do a video about Russian stock market.
Let us know in the comments if we should discuss the Russian stock market. Something we actually, if United States stock market it's on steroids and it's mostly overvalued, then the Russian market is undervalued. So actually, it's not a bad place to invest.
Absolutely
and at a 40% discount, you cannot go wrong with the Russian stock market, unless sanctions and World War III.
Taxation also is very, very interesting.
And the taxation system is also very interesting. And I mean the dividends alone. As Italians say, Alessandro, al dente. So yeah, I think that's something.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. So just coming back to our topic of the crypto, absolutely, it's worth to consider and to have an exit or an enter at different level in order to have a better entrance or a better exit. So it's very good strategy, and I do agree with this what you just told. And
about separating the
I did it many times because it could be interesting not only at the exit moment but also
getting back in.
Yeah, get back in. So it's very interesting approach. Some token I just, as you told, I just plug out, go out, and that's it. Some other I like to have a gradually out plan, let's say, in this selling plan. So yeah, I absolutely agree on the point. But it's really worth it.
In this way, because you never know where the bottom is. So in this way, you're always, trying and getting that best average price. If you get in with your first try and you utilize only 20% of your portfolio that you've left aside for this crypto investment or any other portfolio that you're building, well, so be it. So you'll be making a bit less money.
Okay.
We are not going to go to Maldives. We'll go to Ibiza.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But anyway, you will be very happy for the amount. You should not be greedy enough, but enjoy.
It's about doing it properly and lowest risk.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you, Thomas, for this nice chat about. Yes. So let's see how the audience will reply. We'll be very happy to discuss the Russian stocks. Yeah. I really love the topic. So thank you very much for watching this video. Again, please subscribe. I will put the link to my blog and to the Thomas page as well, so you can just search in the description. There will be the link, and you can just have a look. And it's a lots of interesting topic. So if you just like this video, please keep motivating. I'm going to do more and more video with Thomas. We share our insight. We discuss from a practical point of view, so no theory, but something what we did, we are going to do, and we will always do. So it's very, very real. So hit the button, show your support, and see you soon.